I don't think this thing has a settings file anywhere, and I think it should. Did you know that Samsho 5 Shizumaru mirrors are probably around 48 to 52 for player 2 Shizu? Alright, so some kind of throw clash thing or something. P2 Shizu starts closer to Shizu. That's pretty cute, actually. So they can charge slightly faster, yeah. That's some pretty cute stuff. So I'm poking through some of the readmes here, and the Vine Corrupt license, right? I have to fucking turn this off, it's boring into my skull. The Vine Corrupt plugin is distributed in binary format. Source code for the plugin is not available. Additional information must be asked to Maid-Dog. One word. So that explains a little bit at least. You tried to push all buttons. That's a pretty solid plan. So if I politely close this thing, will it write a settings file on exit, or... Okay, it looks like it has. Doesn't seem like it's a complete settings file, but at least I figured out how to reset this thing. Alright, so engine config is completely unhelpful. I click it and it does literally nothing, which is super good. That was good. I think I just felt the thing write a save state. I have to reboot the core and then with... Dude, I'm gonna lose it. This actually doesn't... Oh, VisHawk just crashed again. That's very good. Wait, that's different than before. Hold on. Hold on, shut the fuck up for a second. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. Okay, so... Okay, VisHawk crashed again. That's good. the folder that contains rtc.dat in the plugins folder. Tried doing it without OBS running. Honestly, not the worst idea ever. You guys sick of this yet? I like how start on this controller is apparently fast forward by default keybinds. That's like the least helpful default bind I've ever seen in my life. Alright, so it's become apparent that no amount of clean installing will ever fix these problems, so at least I can stop doing that. Yeah, I think something's just going fuckety where, like, the thing has... Yeah, that's good. Thanks. The RTC hasn't noticed that I'm not on the null plugin. That I've selected VSRC as the plugin, and it still thinks I'm on the null plugin, so it's still looking for an actual file that's being chained in. And I don't know how to fucking remind it that that's not what I'm doing. Yeah, Limebot gave another stream ping because the stream went down. That's intended behavior. God, this thing's a fucking mess too. This is like the quintessential programmer UI. Back to this. I am so fucking confused. So I think I've worked out what the problem is, maybe. Alright, so the ROM corruptor wrote a new settings file, so I know everything that's like... Okay, an external corrupt is responsible for what? I'm trying to fucking understand how this is laid out, so maybe I can figure out where they fucked up. That detune's really helping me focus. I love feeling like I'm going fucking insane. You guys remember this one. At this point, I want to figure out what the fuck is going wrong, more because I've wasted so much time on it than actually, like, wanting to do anything with the working corruptor. I know you guys feel that on some level. Everything's on the same drive. Put the chat on your technical difficulty stream so I don't have to fix my i3 layout. You should fix your i3 layout because it's good to fix it. Alright, so what I know so far, the Corruptor plugin is giving me error starting emulator, which means so it's got the right path. So what's going on here? This isn't locked or anything. This is the size it's supposed to be, I think. Find a way to embed Twitch chat on MPV. Literally just use Orion. That's like its actual purpose. See, because now I'm getting we're getting technical. I've got to work out what the hell's going on here. Do I need to, like, double escape this path or something for it manually? I might be able to kludge this. It's gonna be fucking ugly. But there's a chance it might work. This won't be as clean as the setup I had earlier, and I don't even understand why that setup broke, so I'm still kind of pissed, but if I can arrive at something that's incrementally working, then maybe that's the start of this. Wait, hold on. That's not normal, is it? Is this something like running from the wrong working directory or something? Okay, so it's overriding whatever settings I give it when I close it. This thing has its own thing going on. So this is all correct, I think. God damn it. What the fuck is wrong? I actually don't get it. Is BizHawk even still open? Yeah, you are. You are sure as fuck open. So I manually create a corrupted ROM.ROM folder. Yeah. So there's a core problem here that has to do with this thing being fucked up. So when I extract this fucking default factory settings, this has somebody else's goddamn user folder in it, and I can't figure out where it is. Okay, so I guess to start with this, let's look at the reset to factory default batch. Okay, so this redirects to another batch file. Alright, so it kills BizHawk, the standalone RTC. Deletes config.ini, backup config.ini, stockpile config.ini, corrupted rom.rom, bindsource corruptor.txt. Changes directory to RTC. Alright, so assets, memory dumps, render output, several temp folders. Clears out all states, save RAM and sheets for every core. Okay, so that's all the factory default reset does. And I've already checked all of these folders and made sure that none of these are the problem. That is the crash sound that I never got to hear. It's very good. External tools folder is empty. Winstuck game. Okay. There's a kill switch of some flavor, which is very cute. Any progress on what the issue might be? I feel like this is two things at once, but the one that I have concrete information on is that this fucking program is looking for a folder that doesn't exist because it's in somebody else's user folder instead of where I actually extracted any of this crap. Maybe the solution is to rename my Windows user to that and then everything will magically work. It keeps directing me to the help for the null plugin, so maybe there's something going on with like it not recognizing the plugins or something? Because the RTC folder has its own plugins folder in it, which contains a plugin that I'm trying to use, rtc.dat, which seems to be just, hey, here's the name of the executable that you should be launching. And some leftover debugging information. If they actually push debug versions of these, I'll laugh my ass off. In any case, that doesn't get me much of anywhere. BizHawk's own config.ini doesn't seem to have anything about a user folder in here. Yeah, control F-ing user, control F-ing that guy's name. This is proving to be staggeringly unhelpful. I'm actually shocked. Oh hey, Kirby's Adventure's back. So when I hit the run button on the Corruptor plugin, it gets me error starting emulator, which doesn't even make sense. Because what the ROM Corruptor plugins are here is they're stripped down versions of the original standalone Vinesauce ROM Corruptor, with some of the fields regarding like what emulator to launch and what file you're reading and writing from disabled. I know from the detected size that it is reading the right ROM here. When I close the Corruptor plugin, I get see, this config file is just a fucking mess. Like, I don't even know what this is supposed to do. Like, if this is the shit this was supposed to be writing, I'm very confused. Emulator to run. My guy, that's not an emulator. And then save location. That would mean in its own directory, I think. Wouldn't it? So is RTC not passing this thing the right settings, or what? Yo, an hour and 40. This is actually pretty godlike. I don't think I've ever had a technical problem go on for this long with absolutely no progress. Alright, let's start getting desperate. I'm gonna take the RTC launcher here, drop it literally anywhere else, blow this out of my, let's see. Let's put it on a different drive. Fuck it, I'm sure it'll be fine. And just for shits and giggles, let's make sure that the folder we're putting all this in is named something completely unrelated to the names of any folders that might be along the path to the actual tools this thing is using. Because who knows, maybe we're fucking up directory traversal. Anything is possible. Let's run the whole thing as admin, fuck it. I'm sure this doesn't have any potential to ruin my PC. so firewall prompts again. Set up my controller really quickly. Start, select, BA. Ah, god damn it. Start, select, BA. Why there's a touchpad on this thing, I'll never know. Take a perfectly good controller and just take away a button, and then put in a really obnoxious button. I'll never understand it. Alright, so this runs just fine. Why start is the default bind for fast forward. Really surprises me. So reboot, core, manual blast, both bind those to backslash like usual. It sure is Kirby's Adventure here. What order are these in anyway? 0, 2, 3, okay. Yeah, and error starting emulator, no matter where I put this, I don't fucking understand. What do you mean error starting emulator? The emulator is started. You're supposed to write the ROM somewhere that it can see it and then fuck off. So what do you actually want? Like, what is what you want out of the situation? Cycling the plugin gives the same results. Yeah, I feel like I'm going in circles on this one. I don't understand. It's like the one thing related to emulation that worked perfectly for me the first time, and now it's just totally gone up in smoke. I don't understand. I am not ashamed to admit that I have no fucking idea why this has happened or what's going on. Soft reset, hard reset. Huh. Blasting Cap's streaming Flicker Strike. You should watch that instead. What the hell is this? Like, what in the actual fuck is going on here? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Alright, so let's start from the very beginning. We're gonna do all this shit from the very beginning. Take the RTC launcher, drop it in its own folder on my fucking hard drive. I know how to spell. Let me just clear out everything that I left behind. Alright, so let's do this all in order. We launch rtclauncher.exe. Gives me alright, so you have your choice of versions of the real-time corruptor to download. Choose the latest version. Let it download. Watch and be amazed as the WinForms progress bar does its magical work. Alright, and now we have RTC300 visible in version selector with all of its files extracted somewhere around here. Okay. So no config files just yet, none of that, just this stuff hanging out. I guess it's at this point that I might want to try looking for that name again. What the fuck was that name? Somebody tipped with it earlier. Phil T. Can I search for this in... Alright, and I guess one more time, we're gonna empty the recycle bin. We're being superstitious today. I seriously have Ultimate Mortal Kombat Trilogy files in my recycle bin. How long has it been since I poked this thing? Alright, so 15 gigs of garbage blown away in the blink of an eye. So if I scroll through here... There's a couple things named RTC. We have the RTC.dat files in each of the RTC plugins folders. Huh. RTClauncher.exe.log, somewhere in app data. Apparently this is a CLR thing. Of course! Of course it's CLR. Yeah, there's some logging. There's... wait, alright, so that's just... this is just recent, okay. There's some stuff getting prefetched. 1, 2... Alright, so as far as I can tell, there are no files sticking around when I reinstall this thing. Everything is portable. My best guess. So we're going to start RTC 300. Alright, the firewall. Welcome to the Real-Time Corruptor, version 3.0. We have a complete guide at corrupt.wiki. Which is still down. Let's Google search this instead and use the Google cache. On the off chance... okay, wow, there's not even a cache. That's fucking shocking. Wait, no, there's a cache here. So if I... well, these links are going to take me to the live page, aren't they? Yup. Oh, god damn it, I hate you. Alright. So I can get to some of the guides from here. Okay, so all this thing has about external ROM plugins. RTC supports daisy chaining from ROM corruptors. Some popular ones have been modded to work seamlessly as plugins. When a ROM corruptor sends a corrupted ROM to RTC, a differential is calculated between the original and the corrupted one, then a blast layer is generated from that differential. Just like with other engines, the blast layer can be toggled on and off when ran with RTC. Okay. So that all makes sense so far. So I'm going to start BizHawk here from the RTC launcher. So we get RTC in detached mode and BizHawk. So, multiplayer. Alright. Go to external ROM plugin, select plugin, VSRC, start/restart plugin, let it to the firewall. So now we open ROM. Kirby's Adventure. We'll just do like a color replacement or something. We'll replace 3.0 with 3F from run. And then manual black. Okay. So this has gotta be it. I like this sound, by the way. I really apologize. Okay, blast layer, layer string, selected domains. Okay, so this means... Okay, wait. Okay, so I think I might be insane. I think the directory shit... I think the user directory that isn't mine, these might just be debugging symbols. Yeah, I think I might be insane. Alright, so that's not what's going on. If we assume that's not what's going on right now, just reboot the core. Alright, let's go to fucking Google. And get this to shut the fuck up so it's not bothering you guys anymore. Alright, so Google actually coming back empty on the text of this error, which is very good. Absolutely nothing exists. There's no FAQ page or anything here. Okay, so let's look at what's going on. So we're getting a corrupted rom.rom written to the... Okay. And that's what should be happening. That was written at 4:53, and now if I run this thing again... F3 and take a look. Okay, date modified hasn't updated. Maybe I need to, like, nudge this a little bit. 2F. Run. Alright, so is it updating the ROM, or... I can't tell. Well, we can try one thing. If I manually open the ROM that got generated there, then... Yeah, I gotta run as a fucking NES ROM. Unpause. Ha. Is that instant crash? Is that what happened? Ha, alright. Okay, so now things are getting interesting. Is it that... I thought I'd ruled this out like 20 times, but I have to be sure here. If I go to... Alright, so the file size of this has absolutely nothing to do with the size of the zipped ROM or of the unzipped ROM. So it has nothing to do with that. And we're in deep at this point, Jesus Christ. Shoutouts to everybody who stayed with me through Bagel and Technical Difficulties stream for an actual literal 2 fucking hours. Okay, so... Made a sandwich, does that count? Solid. Alright, so how about this? So if I reboot Core, if I choose the Kirby's Adventure ROM again from... Man, I really wish this thing would show up in my fucking recents already. NES, game titles... I wonder if you guys can hear my scroll wheel. Kirby's Adventure. Let's restart the plugin here. Alright, so it's picked up the new size of the ROM. That is extremely encouraging, actually. So if we set it up like we usually do for corruptions, enable NES CPU gen protection, everything, and hit run, it gives us a new corrupted ROM. And then we try to fucking blast, it's spitting out an error about object reference not set to an instance of an object in rtccore.blast with arguments blast layer, layer, string array selected domains. Meaning that it can't see the layer, or what? Okay, but if I run that file that I just generated, if I run that manually, then RTC 300 is NES, and just insta-dies. Alright, even though the ROM that it generated is updated at 459, meaning that this is... Okay, but it's not writing... Is it not writing the entire ROM or something? This is getting kind of fucked. I think the ROM that it's writing is too small or something? Let me fucking... Okay, where's HXD? Hold on. Alright, it's got a blank header. And then... Okay, if we compare that to the actual Kirby's Adventure ROM... Looks absolutely nothing fucking like it. But that could be for any number of reasons. So what if I just leave this running? And... Right now what I'm hoping for is for the ROM itself to crash, because that means we're going in the right direction. I guess I should save these settings while I'm here too, just so I don't have to fucking put them in every time. So NES default settings. Alright, so that's good. Let's try VSRC Classic and see how that goes. Allow it to the firewall. Load settings. And it does spit out a corrupted ROM.ROM with this big-ass blank headers, just NES and then fucking zeros. I drop this in. Oh, that's a very good sound. Then BizHawk just hard bails. Doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. Wait, hold on. Sanity check. Can't believe I'm opening RetroArch for this shit. Are you kidding me? So what is actually in that corrupted ROM.ROM here? So, load content, D, programs, Vinesauce real-time corruptor, versions, RCC300, BizHawk. Oh wow, can't even see the fucking extension. That is fantastic. That is my favorite thing I've ever seen. So I just want to know what's actually in this file, more than anything. So let me get a second opinion. There's some progress being made here. At the very least, I have the corruptor isn't erroring when I tell it to produce a ROM. So that's something. Oh. So corrupted ROM.ROM is... Actually, I've got this loaded up in another NES emulator, and this is apparently just what displays the RTC images. So if I reset this... What do you mean this fucking thing generates an NES ROM to display a splash screen? Are you fucking serious? That cannot be right. I've got to be losing my fucking mind here. And yet. And fucking yet. Alright. This is... Oh, that's good. So now I have no fucking idea how this works. What the hell? Suddenly this got way more fucked up. Okay, so this thing is supposedly supposed to be calling external fucking... Alright, so when I hit manual blast, it's not glitching out either. There's no error, it's just not doing anything here. Okay, there we go. There we go! Okay. I'm gonna try something really quick and try running the RTC in attached mode instead of detached mode. Start in attached mode with auto kill switch. Okay. Whatever you want, man. So we open up the VRs, fucking Vinesauce ROM corruptor here. Load in our old settings. Same shit. I am so fucking confused right now. Alright, so I successfully killed BizHawk like that, which is very good. Dude, this thing actually displays its splash screen by generating an NES ROM to display an image. That is actually what's happening. I have no words. And when I fucking hit run on the ROM corruptor plugin, it pops open that ROM in Sublime. In Sublime, of all things. Why it's doing that, I'm not really sure. Yeah, this instance, the plugin isn't even connected to BizHawk anymore. I'm starting to wish I hadn't looked into any of this. Like, this is getting way too deep for me. I don't even know where I'd go to get support on this thing, is the crazy part. Official wiki is still down, which is very good. My stomach is complaining. You just ate, you fucking idiot. Okay. So what's going wrong? The error I'm getting when I try to apply the corruption seems to suggest that the blast layer it's trying to apply doesn't exist. Beef Cambodian spicy sauce. That sounds fucking good, honestly. That unironically sounds godlike. If I use the classic VSRC... This doesn't make any sense. Has this been going since the beginning of the stream? Yup. And it was working for 2 days before I actually fucking started. 2 full days I was using this on my own time. And the moment I start streaming, I get an incomprehensible error that should never happen. Okay, so we've identified the save location, emulator to run external corrupt.exes. Okay, so the layer is... So if I delete this ROM, if I just kind of pull it out from under them here, then run here, error starting emulator. Alright, so we're back to that error again, meaning that... Meaning what? What the fuck is this? Spicy Cambodian dipping sauce, garlic cloves or chilies, ground peanuts, lime juice, fish sauce, sugar and water. Is there a process in the background? I mean, there are several processes running on my computer. But as far as I can tell, there's BizHawk, there's the RTC launcher, and then there's the Corruptor plugin, and those are the only things that I can see. Oh, and the fucking plugin designed to restart... There's a fucking process designed solely to restart BizHawk when it crashes, because apparently that's fucking common. I love video games. Yeah, now I'm trying to wonder where I would even go to find support for this. Yes, we are still supposed to be on the technical difficulties screen, because technical difficulties are still being experienced. I have tried reinstalling this thing about 70 times on every drive I have available. Tried running BizHawk in both attached and detached mode regarding the RTC. I've tried zipped and unzipped ROMs loaded from a variety of different drives. I've tried every available external ROM plugin. Where's the kill switch here? Alright, so kill and restart BizHawk. Bang. What is the error exactly? Part of the fun I'm having is trying to figure that shit out. Wait. So... what the fuck? Okay. Post log. Dude, I wish this thing had an error log. I wish this thing would explain what the fuck it was trying to do so I can help it. You are web artisans. He is the knight. Okay, so we're gonna blow everything up and start again from scratch. Fuck the kill switch. Fuck this thing. Get out of here. You ain't shit, Wesker. There must be some sort of error, right? You would think that. I mean... the error is that it's not doing the thing that it was doing before. What it decides to display at me varies. I spent most of this time trying to pin down what the actual fucking problem is. So let me go through this process from the very beginning. Oh, hey!
What the fuck was that?
I am glad that that sound finally got played on stream at some point. Shoutouts to Rido for supporting me in my time of great need with a Tier 2 subscription to twitch.tv/TyroneSama. I'm gonna put Tyrone activated through the approval process in the next couple of days, so you should have that pretty quick. You need permission to perform this action. You require permission from Toaster Ascendant AJ to make changes to this folder. Alright, so that means something is still running in here. Which means that... You require permission from the user that you are to make changes to this folder. I'm deflating. So what's pinning this whole fucking folder, then? Yes. Welcome to Windows, I guess. Change the folder permissions so everything is non-read-only. Yep. No, I think something forgot to release a lock when it died, and so there's at least one fucking file in here that just refuses to unlock. It's a good sound, huh? I'm actually gonna play it again because I'm so proud of it.
Easy money! What the fuck was that?
I like it. I'm a big fan. Righto, getting 2 alerts for the price of 1 today. That is Kirby's Dream Course, actually. That's a kernel bug. You can get $20,000 in bug bounty for that. I wonder what the tier 3 sub one is. I have a tier 3 audio alert set. I have not revealed it anywhere, not even in Wales chat. It's really bad. So I think there's a utility to fucking unlock this somewhere. This'll go away if I restart, but I'd really appreciate it if I didn't have to. Let's see. IO-Bit Unlocker. Oh yes, let's download that at Major Geeks. I've been meaning to have a utility like this on hand anyway, so may as well meme while we're here. Yeah. Add to my bookmarks. What the fuck? Fine. Oh, good. It's a fucking Explorer extension. Locked by Sublime Text 3. Well, guess I'm switching to fucking code as my main editor. I can't believe I got memed. There we go. Now we know. Alright, so I'm gonna start from deadass blankness here. So I have the RTC Launcher EXE, and I have a zipped ROM of Kirby's Adventure in my ROMs directory. I've got a stress ball. If you hear noises, it's the stress ball. So, RTC Launcher. This is one of those downloader things, so it gives us a list of the past versions of the RTC to download. We use the latest one, RTC 3.00, released this month on the 17th, I believe. January, February, March, April, March. Okay, yeah. Use Vim, use it, learn everything there is to know about text editors, decide that using a console text editor is a bad idea, period, use VS Code. VS Code supports ligatures, the editor of the future! Alright, so then we hit start. I actually might fucking... I might take you guys through the experience as it currently stands here. Real-time Corruptor Launcher. So that's the really cool batch script that makes sure that none of it is running. Welcome to the Real-Time Corruptor version 3.00. We have a complete guide to Corrupt.wiki. Disclaimer, this program comes with absolutely zero warranty. You may use it as your own risk. With zero warranty, including the implied warranty of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. MIT license, XD. Can generate incredible amounts of flashing and noise, can cause Windows to BSOD extremely rarely, can write a significant amount of data to your hard drive depending on usage. This message only appears once. So we get this, we get a launcher within the launcher. Wah. So, we start BizHawk. BizHawk. And we get yet more windows. We have the RTC and we have BizHawk. So, open ROM, scroll through my sick NES full set that I ripped from cartridges that I own, open Kirby's Adventure, and first you draw a circle. So go external ROM plugin, VSRC, pop this open, sick. This is just the same as the interface for the Corruptor that I used to use, so we'll throw in some known good settings that will at least, like, produce an effect, period. And so the way this is supposed to work is, instead of patching the ROM now, it whatever the fuck a blast layer is, according to the RTC devs, it generates one of those from the delta of the old ROM and the new ROM, and then you can apply it manually. Okay. So many windows, sounds like you need i3. I'd be down for a tiling window manager on Windows. There's one, and it's written auto hotkey, which should tell you everything you need to know, really. Yeah, something of that nature. And so, ding dong. Oh yeah, you can run i3 on Windows through Bash on Windows. Bash on Ubuntu on Windows, sorry. Let me just... hotkeys. Reboot core. No blast. So the ROM corruptor plugin gives us an unhelpful error starting emulator error. Let me start this again. Oh, so now we're back to the null plugin stuff. This is one of the two errors that I get. I either get error starting emulator and null plugin, or I get the other fucking thing, which is the ROM corruptor popping up an unrelated ROM in Sublime, and then some kind of fucking object not found bullshit. Can't you patch it before you actually start the emulator? Well, yeah, I mean, like, if this was about going back to a known good configuration, I could have done that an hour and 45 minutes ago. What I want to know is why the configuration that takes me maybe half a second to reload the ROM instead of 30 seconds isn't working. Like, if this was just about getting anything working, you know. It was such a nice setup. I was uploading videos the other day. Could roll through corruptions in like half a second per. Took all of the fucking overhead out of it. Oh, it's gonna fucking attempt to relaunch BizHawk or something, isn't it? Anyway. Factory defaults. Sure thing, my guy. And so I'm trying to work out if I can get it to generate the other error now. So while this is running, if I bring this up, and just run it empty. Alright, and so it generates this, which is... Alright. So I'm curious now. Was that identical to... Fuck it, I don't even know. But it did generate fucking something. Wasn't it just working? What do you mean? I don't understand. I gotta fucking blank this again because I'm gonna be doing file browsing. Go back to, I've got an unextracted ROM in my scraps folder here. Do I seriously have to wait until, Yeah, we're on the same page now, I think. Okay, and here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that can apparently happen. So I've got, like, Mega Man 2 up here. This is an unextracted ROM somewhere else. I open VSRC. Just do anything. We don't even have to do anything. I'll fucking... some palette replacement that doesn't matter. And it pops a ROM open in Sublime. And this ROM is not actually a patched version of the ROM that's currently running. It's actually something completely different. I have to blank again here. But I actually have another fucking NES emulator that I grabbed just to verify this. And the ROM that it pops here, versions RTC300 BizHawk corrupted ROM.ROM. This has nothing to- this is the fucking splash screen that the emulator was displaying before. And this is apparently a valid NES ROM. And so when I attempt to apply- when I attempt to apply the delta here, then I get this. Then I get the object reference not sent to an instance of an object thing, where I assume it's failing to apply to delta because it doesn't exist. That's as far as I've gotten so far. That's where we're at. And I'm going to assume that these two things stem from the same core problem, because neither of them have been happening for the past 2 days. I've been fucking with this and enjoying myself, making sure that I know my way around the program before I start streaming. Maybe it's time to run this in a VM. Double-click on a .rom file. Does it open in Sublime? Looks like it does. So it's trying to open the... it's trying to open the ROM in default, its default program, so... if I set this thing to open in BizHawk or something, let's see what we get there. NSOS Real-Time Corruptor, RTC300. Let's use BizHawk as a default for this. Use EmuHawk, I think, is the exe we're looking for. So now if I open the VSRC, do some bullshit patch, start the emulator running again, and run. It definitely does fuck all. Wait, no, this ROM was not found in the database. Furthermore, the extension leaves no clues which ROM platform should be chosen. Choose NES. And I get a completely different error from a separate instance of BizHawk while the first one is still running. So this is not optimal. It's a good thought, though. I like how they were polite enough to leave debugging symbols in. Alright, so let's see. Okay, now BizHawk is trying to open again and freaking out. So I'm curious. Let's have it open in the other NES emulator I've got. Just because I'm curious. And yeah, the fucking... the corrupted ROM that this is supposed to be generating a delta from is not even the same ROM as what's running in the emulator. Error saving corrupted ROM, because it's already open in Nestopia. Okay. So it's... this is... I'm guessing some exe file in there is going to do some shit with it. Okay. So if you've got that in your head... oh, Jesus Christ, another BizHawk instance is trying to open. Please fuck off. Wait, so... wait! That doesn't make any fucking sense! so I have the fucking config file for the Real-Time Corruptor plugin open. Emulator to run the fucking ROM. What is this supposed to be? If I delete this file and try to regenerate it, what is that actually supposed to be? Because that can't be fucking right. This is a load of crap. What the hell do you want? Let me try, because I saw some hints about this earlier. Save. Restart plugin. I swear to God if this is it. Okay, no, wait, it's trying to open BizHawk. Wait, why is it still trying to open BizHawk for this? What the fuck? Ah! Yeah, I deleted the text file and restarted the plugin, and I get the distinct impression that when I get back here... So I'm deleting the text file with the plugin closed, and now I'm gonna open the plugin again. Alright, so the file doesn't exist yet. So if I close this, then it generates the file on exit, and we're back to where we were before, with the emulator to run being just a path to the ROM file. Alright, so that is apparently what it thinks the default should be. So... what? I don't get it. What is the actual process this thing is going through to try and create a delta? I need to fucking understand that chain before I can start debugging the pieces. Plot twist, that file is actually a bootstrapping ROM that is meant to load everything in 81 kilobytes. Are you sure? I mean, I guess you can name about program size for a while here. Hope you guys like this intro. I'm gonna replay this alert again.
Easy money! What the fuck was that?
There we go. Load original ROM, load delta, apply change, run. Right, and that would be fine for 80 kilobytes if it wasn't a fucking Nintendo Entertainment System ROM. It can't see the file system. That's not how any of this works. Ah! What is this supposed to be? What is the intended process? Because before, what I could do is I'd just have the plugin open alongside BizHawk, and hit a hotkey that incremented the offset in the plugin, and restarted the emulator core, and applied the delta, and I could hit one hotkey that did all three of these things, and a new corruption would roll instantly with no problems. And I don't understand why that's happening. Gonna lose my shit. Find a system restore point. I'm not even sure if I have system restore enabled on this thing. I've never touched it, but I'm willing to bet I don't. See, there's another similar plugin I need. There's VSRC and there's VSRC Classic, which appears to be the same as VSRC, but it has a different, chunkier UI. And does similar things. Okay, so yeah, it's trying to launch the ROM with whatever fucking program is associated with the ROM by default. Does the old corruptor still work fine? I mean, yes, but now that I've had a taste of not having to menu for 30 seconds to restart a corruption, I'm just gonna bitch about that the entire time instead of actually enjoying anything. Like I said, if this was about restoring to last known good configuration, like the old shit, it would have been a much simpler process. So... honestly, now I'm mind-fucked. I don't even know what the intended fucking route is for this thing to be... what? Okay, so... let's see. So if I go to the null plugin, right? Because you've got a couple plugins from the external ROM plugin selection to pick. If I go to the null plugin and go to start it, then it gives me this, which is a clue to how this is supposed to work, maybe? The null plugin allows you to manually bind an external ROM corruptor to RTC. Way 1. Set the corrupted ROM to be created in the BizHawk folder and have its file named corruptedrom.rom and blast to convert it to a blast layer. Way 2. You can chain the ROM corruptor to the glitch harvester by putting external corrupt.exe as the emulator in the ROM corruptor. You'll have to make sure that the ROM that is being corrupted is also running in BizHawk, and that selected save state in the glitch harvester corresponds to the game that is being corrupted. I have never touched the glitch harvester, I don't know what the fuck that is. To install a compatible external corruptor as a plugin, put the folder that contains rtc.dat in the plugins folder. Okay. So, what this thing thinks it's supposed to be doing, I think maybe, is it's generating delta from that corrupted ROM. But it's not writing the correct ROM to that name. What? This was working before and it was the easiest thing ever. I'm actually mad. At least I got a stress ball. God bless stress balls. There's a bunch of shit in this folder, man. Did you perhaps have the glitch harvester enabled before? Well, I've never even seen this window before, so I'm guessing not. Look at this beautiful fucking thing. Look at this goddamn masterpiece of visual design. Jesus Christ. Alright, so if I close the plugin and edit the... Let me edit the config while this thing is closed, because if I delete the config, it'll just regenerate the same thing. I don't know how I would have needed to do this before, but okay, so... let me just see if I can change save location to corruptedrom.rom and then emulator to run external corrupt.exe. We save that, then start VSRC. And it's still opening BizHawk, which means that it's ignoring the changes I made to that file, and it's just there for show, I think. Oh, but I closed the plugin, and I reopened that config, and it's still like it should be, so... man, what the... what kind of fucked up Ruby Goldberg machine is this? Ruby? I don't even know. So at least maybe you guys kind of understand where I'm at regarding, like, what the fuck is going on here. So it appears to be ignoring my changes to the config file and just doing whatever it wants when I click run. Which is extremely helpful. Maybe it doesn't want me to click run. Maybe I don't have to fuck with that. Maybe I can just hit manual blast and, yep, object reference not set to an instance of an object. Dude, what is this? Wait, hold on, is it? There's no fucking way that it's writing a different version of the wrong ROM every single time, and that's why this is happening, right? So if I cycle the plugin... Yeah, I have no fucking clue. Been at this for 2.5 hours now. This is already way past stream record for longest sustained technical difficulties. I'm gonna bust the stress ball, I swear to God. I may not take out anger physically, but I need to be moving right now. I'm gonna fucking start throwing things. I don't know. I'm not gonna start throwing things. I'd feel very silly. I could, like, force myself to throw a chair while angry, but I'd just feel dumb about it. Tell me somebody else is there. I can only assume that Zogzer is now attempting to test this shit themselves. Either that, or... bored by this tomfoolery, they've returned to creating the 4-dimensional arena shooter. What in the fuck do you want? Alright, well... let me hit you with definition of insanity here. I'm gonna close everything down and nuke it all, and try again. Gonna download a new copy of the fucking downloader and everything. Actually, I'll use the standalone zip version this time. Fewer moving parts, better. So... download as well as the instruction manual can be found here. Okay, and it's got a GitHub. It's got a GitHub. Hold on. So that means... did you seriously check the fucking binary for these plugins in? Okay. Alright, so there are no issues reported on this GitHub ever, by the way. Like, ever. Latest commit 15 days ago. So I'm sitting here just trying to figure out output RTC, third-party tools, BizHawk RTC, classic AutoKills. Jesus Christ, this repo's fucking incomprehensible, too. Okay. I'll leave that tabled for now, and just download a zip of the latest corruptor. Well, I guess if this persists forever, then I at least have somewhere to send an issue. Not that I have a lot of faith that it will be helpful. Alright, so you know that a piece of software is gonna be high quality shit, right? Some high quality shit. High clap emoji, quality clap emoji shit. It's when you extract it and the first fucking thing you see is 8 batch files. Yeah, that's 9 batch files. Got them. Like somebody just did not care at all. Alright, so start. The usual disclaimer. BizHawk emulator. Start. Alright. So now we open megaman2.nes. External ROM plugin, VSRC, start/restart, let it to the firewall, fuck it. Why does this thing even need firewall access? Whatever. Oh, good. My controller just gone now. Okay. Alright, so we have some sane corruption settings. Just so we know that it's fucking done anything. And I hit run and I get error starting emulator. First fucking thing. Error starting emulator. And if I had the fucking source for this plugin, then maybe I could figure out what that error actually means, because error starting emulator doesn't make any goddamn sense in this context, but... 21 people still here. Coming up on 3 hours of absolutely no progress. The plugin is .NET, right? It might be. Send me a download. I'll upload right now. Here we go. RTC plugins VSRC. We fucking Control-C, Control-Shift-V. Here you go. Completely trustworthy exe file. Dude, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit. And so it says error starting emulator. It says not commonly downloaded and may be dangerous. Nice. Sorry, I should have renamed that to not an exe. Fools every virus scanner. So if I hit manual blast, then it starts talking about null plugin. You must have corrupted rom.rom in your BizHawk folder. I'm not on the null plugin, but it seems to think I am. I don't know. Alright, so the exact error, I will show it on screen. Fucking Vinesauce ROM corruptor. Run. Error. Error starting emulator. It's the most detailed error I can possibly imagine. Oh, and I guess, like, this isn't relevant either, but I have this running, and I try to apply the delta. Yep, there it is. Null plugin, you must have corrupted rom.rom in your BizHawk folder. Alright, now that's something I might actually be able to act on. Can I search this repo? Let's search null plugin. Okay, I need the Mega Man 2 intro sequence to not be happening right now. Okay, so it is trying to start a process here. Mainform.emulator, process start, this text box emulator to run. Wait. Okay, so this means it's trying to start a process specified in the text box emulator to run, which doesn't exist in this plugin version, so I'm assuming it's just like a hidden field now. If I close the plugin here, it'll write a fucking config file. Yeah, text box emulator to run.txt. That's an exact fucking name from the config file. Here. And so it's trying to pass corrupted rom.rom, megaman2.nes as an argument. Wait, there are other error starting emulator errors? I actually feel like I'm in some kind of fever dream. Like, I'm low-key, I've had, like, the reality check moment a couple times now, where it's like, okay, so this is one of those dreams, right? You're gonna wake up soon. You're gonna wake up and feel really fucking stupid. You just hit me with the okay hand. Wait, why the fuck are they casting a message box to an int anyway? Hello? Okay, this is all of it. Wait, is it legit just trying to run it twice? Wait, no, this has to have something to do with... Yeah, wait, no, I have absolutely no idea what this is trying to accomplish. Okay, so it's trying to kill the existing instance of the emulator, and then... trying to restart a process. Okay. And if at any point any of this errors, except for starting the process, then it just skips the entire thing. Oh, yeah, I know why. Okay, so that's just a gigantic handler for... Okay, so if we can't find a process that matches the emulator, we can skip straight to trying to relaunch the emulator. Okay. Alright, now that makes sense. It's a weird way of doing it, but I think I understand what it's supposed to be doing. But in the end, once that process starts failing, which doesn't altogether surprise me, because it's trying to, if we trust the config directory here. If we trust the config file here, then it's trying to start a process. It's trying to load corrupted rom.rom with the argument megaman2.nes. And megaman2.nes does not exist in the root BizHawk folder. Okay, it does exist in the root BizHawk folder. Doesn't exist in the plugins folder. Alright, so this thing is coming. This thing is starting in the working directory of BizHawk, I think. That's the idea. But this doesn't make any goddamn sense. What is run actually supposed to do in this context, then? I'm gonna hit manual blast. It's giving me null plugin. You must have corrupted rom.rom in your BizHawk folder. So let me search for that. And there's no results for that actual error message, just for the explanation of how the null plugin works in the first place. So wait, how the fuck do you even progress from here? What the hell? I don't understand. Alright, in 1 minute it will be 3 hours. 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. An actual 3 fucking hours spent on this. And if I don't get it today, I'm gonna spend all night and then all of tomorrow morning on it, I'll bet you anything. So, the workflow that I'm going through right now was working before. But is there a chance that I'm using something wrong and it's just giving me really unhelpful errors right now? Emulator to run browse. So where is this button? It doesn't exist. That button is not on the plugin, as far as I can tell. Is there something later in that text that reduces it to like 0 size or something? So if I window capture the ROM Corruptor plugin here. There's very little here. Enable hotkey spawns its own window that has hotkey settings. All the question mark buttons spawn their own windows that have help. Save and load both call up, thank God it's not the WinForms browser. They both call up file browsers looking for a save location to their name or a file to load for corruption settings. So that button doesn't exist, I think. Does it get removed later? Because it used to exist. In the standalone version it exists. I can fucking... If I still have the standalone version, I can probably show you where it is. Yeah, there's an entire other tab on the standalone version where all that shit is specified. And it's just not there on the plugin version. I think we're good for more of this. How about we bring back this old Tyrone Zoma classic. And then it's similar stuff for the classic plugin. Which I haven't tried yet on this installation, so I may as well. Start byte 800, auto end, increment 1, 50, shift right 2, enable CPU jam protection. Gets me error starting emulator. And I'm going to assume that that's happening because corrupted rom.rom doesn't exist. Like, at no point is this generating corrupted rom.rom. But it just generated megaman2.nes. And if I load that into a NES emulator, then what is it gonna be? I'll load that into Nestopia real quick. And I get invalid file. That's a new one. Yeah, Nestopia just straight up won't take it. That's hilarious, actually. Okay, I disabled corruption stuff. And it's loading unmodified normal human Mega Man 2 from that file that it seems to be generating. What does invalid file mean? Is text box save location text in the text file? In the ROM corruptor config folder? File? Shit. Doesn't seem to be there. Oh wait, no, save location in the text? Yeah, it is. I was thinking of, fucking... Reading is hard. As you can see, I'm kind of at my limit right now. Yeah, so it's saving to megaman2.nes. So if I just fucking close the plugin, change that to corruptedrom.nes. Corruptedrom.rom. Emulator to run corruptedrom.rom. That doesn't make any fucking sense. So we've done this run around before, where I changed the save location to corrupted ROM and then changed the emulator to run to an actual emulator. We'll just like point it at Nestopia for now, I guess. Nestopia.exe. And we'll save that and then restart the plugin. And error starting emulator. And it's clearly making no attempt to write corruptedrom.rom anywhere. In fact, it just wrote megaman2.nes. I can delete megaman2.nes here, hit run, and watch it write that back, which means it's ignoring the config file. It's not actually loading anything from the config file. That's just some vestigial thing left over from porting it to an RTC plugin. So, where the fuck does that leave me? Okay, yeah, so the config file means nothing. It's setting hidden It's setting hidden fucking text boxes here. This is jank. This is a lot of hacks built on top of hacks. I feel like I'm learning a lesson here. This is like the most concrete reason I've ever had to document everything. So I'm trying to get the ROM corruptor to write a valid ROM in like any way so that another NES emulator can read it. trying to get it to give me anything valid. As soon as I try to apply any kind of corruption, Nestopia is spitting out invalid file, which is very good. Oh my god! Wes just hosted me. I wonder if he has any idea what he's now hosting. If he has any fucking idea. I'm not entirely convinced that it's even doing anything right now. Okay, this has to stop again. This can't be it here anymore. What? Wait! Is that a hard-coded location? But there's nothing there on the root of my C drive. So that location either gets overwritten at some point, or it's just not writing there. Because there's nothing on the root of my drive like that. Nothing on the root of any drives like that, just to be sure. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've fucking sucked you into the stupid vortex with me. This is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. Together, we will bravely go where no disassembly has gone before. Did you say you got error reading ROM error? I'm testing the ROMs that the Corruptor plugin is generating in another NES emulator to see if it's even generating valid ROMs. And it seems like when I have every flavor of corruption off, it generates an exact copy of the Mega Man ROM, and then if I have anything else on, it either generates an exact copy or something that Nestopia, at least, is reading as invalid file. I don't know if that's... like, if I enable corruption and then just copy this thing out... Actually, I can just leave it where it is and start RetroArch and see if RetroArch recognizes this as a fucking file. Load content... Real-time Corruptor, BizHawk, Mega Man 2.NES. Failed to load content. Alright. So we know what the fuck is up. It may not even be... Is it that it's not generating ROM, but it's generating diffs? Maybe? I don't know. If I pop open HXD or something and roll it back and pop this open. And so if I compare this side by side to Mega Man 2.NES in my scraps folder, scroll down outside of the fucking range here. F00. These actually appear to be identical, so... Then again, I did set start byte to 1200, didn't I? Like 16 B0 here. Okay, so yeah, it's generating ROMs like I would expect it to be. It's generating ROMs with the corruption settings. It's like changing every 900th byte or whatever. So it's generating valid ROMs, and it's just like some emulators don't particularly like them. Either that, or it's grabbing this somehow. If I copy this somewhere else, and then try to load it into Nestopia... Nope, still gives me invalid file. So now I'm just hella confused. Alright, so back to the task at hand. What is this actually trying to do? What is the method by which this thing is generating deltas? So if I go through the RTC source here and try to figure out... try to find anything related to the, external plugins... This is the most wrong thing I've ever seen. There's like a UDP server involved here. So that's why I had to let these things through my firewall. Oh, this is pretty good, huh? So the external ROM plugin. Okay, so I found a source file, external ROM plugin.cs. Okay. So here's blast layer, get blast layer. Alright. So, if not file exists corrupted ROM, then show them as, okay. Then it's actually got null plugin hard-coded into the error text for this. That's fucking fantastic. That's not disruptive at all. So if I copy Mega Man 2.NES here, if I just drop this into the BizHawk folder as corrupted rom.rom, if I do that, then restart this thing and manual blast, alright, then I get an exception. Same exception as usual. If I delete corrupted rom.rom and try to blast, then it gives me the error. Alright, so I'm in the right source file. So now... return get blast layer original corrupt. Alright. We're in fucking business! What are you doing? Part of this is open source. The RTC stuff is open source, the plugins are not. Well, at least some of the plugins aren't. Wait, this thing's giving me a line number, isn't it? So if I do this again... if it's giving me a line number... oh, thank God for leaving those fucking things in. Alright. RTC core... blast. RTC core blast. Line 637. RTC core.cs. Line 637. Oh my fucking God. This is an exception showing an exception message. Line 637. Dialog result DR. Message box shows something went wrong in the RTC core. This is not a BizHawk error, so you should probably send a screenshot of this to the devs. If you know the steps to reproduce this error, it would be greatly appreciated. Spelled APPREACIATED. Alright, so where did we get here from? We got here from RTC Netcore Process Queue. Oh no. Oh no! RTC Netcore Process Queue. Line 762. Blastware B1 equals RTC or null. RTC memory domains selected domains. Wait. Wait. You're telling me that what's actually happening when this thing is failing to... You're telling me something is happening where it's fucking failing on network communication? What the fuck? 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 There's some reference to a fucking WinForms timer ticking here. You're hurting me! Why are you like this? What's actually going wrong? Let me just fucking gist these details really quickly. Here's a gist of the error that I'm getting if anybody wants to try their hand at that. And then here's RTC core. And here's like the start of this shit. This is happening at line 637. It's erroring out through some exception happening during the process of generating a blast layer for this. But I can't tell what line actually failed here, because the fucking exception handler is throwing its own exception! Which is overriding whatever the fuck it's overriding however the fuck it got there in the first place. There's no information for that, because it's throwing its own fucking thing. Wells, you don't understand. I feel like I'm seeing things that people shouldn't see. I would love to be able to, like, step through this or something and figure out exactly what's failing and where. Because I'm trying to work out where the fuck it could possibly be. But this exception, all this exception is telling me is that something went wrong in the try block here, because the catch block is throwing an exception of its own. Time to download and build yourself. Oh, God. Yeah, and do you know how much fucking worse that's gonna be? If I try to build this myself? Jesus Christ. I don't even want to think about it. How? So I'm trying to see here. detached exclusive features. Send command to BizHawk. Send command to MC. Get blast unit. Public static blast layer blast. Okay. Generates or applies a blast layer using one of the multiple blast radius algorithms. Alright, so already we have sentinel values being used here, totally unhelpful variable names. If the blast layer was provided, there's no need to generate. This is a fucking monolith function. I hate it. Something errored out of the monolith function, and the exception handler for the monolith function generated its own exception, so its tracks are totally covered. How the fuck am I supposed to get anything from this? What the actual fucking shit? Okay, because what's happening is that, like, RTC external ROM plugin get blast layer. Okay. So if RTC core selected engine equals corruption engine external ROM. Alright, so I'm using an external ROM plugin. So, assuming that it's correctly identified that I'm using an external ROM plugin, then it will never go past line 525 here. So the first thing it tries to call is RTC external ROM plugin get blast layer. So where is the definition for this fucking function? I've been going for about 3.5 hours, in case you were curious. RTC external ROM plugin get blast layer. Alright, so we have the get blast layer function in here. Alright, so case NES. So, where could this be failing? I don't really understand what's going on here. But I know that I've got it narrowed down to, like, this has got to be during the process of generating the delta for this, I think. Alright, so the first block is switch case for what system this is, where it identifies what layer it should be working with for the delta. So, for the NES, PRG ROM, or fucking, alright, so whatever's on cartridge or FDS. So it selects that as its primary domain. Then under that switch case is a length check. Alright, so I can actually induce problems here, I think. I'm gonna open corrupted rom.rom and hxd and snip a little bit off the end here. It's like 3000000 at the end here, so we'll strip that off and save. And then see if we get the expected error from there. No, we don't. Which means something is going wrong earlier? Or what? So it's not complaining about a ROM size mismatch, despite the fact that they are... yeah, 135, 510 versus 135, 513. Okay, so I did successfully change the size. Alright, so now we're trying to get it to error on ROM size mismatch. Which means that at some point before this, it errored out. But this is such a short fraction of the function here. Allocate to blast layers. It's a couple string variables. Switch case, make sure that it's got the right area of memory to apply the delta to, and then... Dude! This is some shit already! Send command to BizHawk, blast unit, get blast unit. So I like this switch without a fucking case, default case. So if layer is not null, layer apply. Is the blast layer stuff defined in this file, or... Oh, I'll bet you anything it's not. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. Let's just have this folder open all the time from now on. Blast editor. So where's the definition for blast layer shit then? I can't believe I'm this deep when the first time it just worked flawlessly. The first time on like 10 separate launches it just worked perfectly with no problems. I'm starting to lose hope, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Corrupt.wiki is still down, which is very good. Where the fuck do I contact this guy? Because at this point I'm starting to think that the most reliable method of getting this addressed is actually trying to just submit a report. I don't even know. I'm starting to think that my abilities may actually not allow me to fix this, because, like, I'm already testing in a subset. Like... Maybe this is... Maybe this is something to do with the... You know, I wonder what happens if I just give this thing a clean copy of the ROM. So there's no delta at all to generate here. I just paste this in. So I gotta copy it and rename it first. Let's see what it does when I give it a delta that's not a delta here. Same error, looks like. Is that not actually using the written ROM file? Or... what? RGC external ROM plugin get blast layer. So what is it doing at the start of all this? Okay, so it's reading corrupted rom.rom, and it's reading the currently open ROM. There are two different places that it's supposed to be checking for a ROM size mismatch, and neither of them are doing anything? What the fuck? Okay, this guy also has the same function defined twice with different arguments, so I think I might have been reading it incorrectly, perhaps maybe a little bit? I'm about to lose my shit, though. I'm about to actually have some kind of fucking nervous breakdown. Alright, so it's calling get blast layer with no args here, which means that this is just a wrapper for the real function anyway. That has it reading corrupted rom.rom and Ichikoma up here and awake. I'm gonna fucking disassociate. Alright, so I'm gonna remove a gigantic chunk of the corrupted rom.rom over here. And then object reference not set to an instance of an object. Wait. Wait, no, there's no fucking way that's not even a possible error, shut up. I'm looking at the way this function is defined. I'm getting an exception. Object fucking... Let me get the exact text of this again. Let's see this shit. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. And that's happening at line 637 of RTC Core Blast. Which means, okay, I'm just trying to figure out where the fucking error is. God, just a little bit more attention to detail with your fucking error messages. Just a little more. I keep forgetting this error message is for the fucking exception handler failing to display an error message. So the whole thing is fucking... What is this? Is it losing the RTC core form or something? Do I have anything resembling a stack trace here? Can I get that? I'm so confused. None of this makes any fucking sense at all.
Oh God!
Here's a look into my headspace right now.
10 seconds have already passed! Fuck! More Inferno Divider! God fucking damn it! What the fuck?
This is probably more entertaining than anything I've done on this stream today.
No fun is being had!
Wait, so how far up can this be failing
The
if...
same fucking thing is happening over and over! Is this a time loop, guys? I'm not certain! What the
There's so
fuck was
little that
that?
can... Oh my god. So let's take a look at this for a second. Zogzer, are you still here? Yen, my man, can you fucking... So this is where I'm at right now, right? So we have public static string corrupted ROM rom.rom. This is clearly, it's looking for whatever fucking file that the external ROM plugin is writing to generate a delta from, right? So if we go to git blast layer, which is where the only place I can think that this thing is erroring, if file doesn't exist, corrupted ROM, null plugin, you must have corrupted rom.rom in your BizHawk folder. And I can produce that pretty consistently, which means that execution is getting here. If I delete corrupted rom.rom, then it will reach that and return null every single time. But with a ROM here, it's not getting to the size mismatch error, but it will get to this if I induce it, which means that the problem is happening here. And you'll notice that despite defining the file name they're looking for up here, they also use it explicitly down here? And I'm sitting here like, that's the only fucking thing I can think of, is that it's checking for the existence of this file at a different location than where it's actually trying to read it from. I am at wit's end. I can produce this error, but under conditions where it should clearly be occurring, I cannot produce this error. So by process of elimination, one of these two statements is fucking up, right? What? It might not be able to read it because of file permissions. If something else has it open. How the fuck does something lock a file from being read? Is that a real thing? Let me see, what's grabbing this right now? Let's go to IOBit unlocker. It is not locked. Now if I go to generate a delta, still not locked, alright. So it's not grabbing that file as far as I can tell. What the fuck? Okay, and by the way, Venice here is, shoutouts to that self-bot. Let me disable this bot. So yeah, I'm at my wit's end. I think it's gotta be some kind of situation where... Wait. No. No. No! Shut up! No! No fucking way! Get out of here. Close. Close! I swear to God, if this is the shit... Can't be completed because of file. Okay, fuck. No. HXD, just get out of here. Folder or a file and just open another program. Alright, where? Show me. Okay, I had the fucking config file open in Sublime. Okay, we're fine. I have a hunch. Call it just a hunch. Because that's all it is. This is the only thing I've got at this point. Okay. I had a hunch it had something to do with spaces and paths. I had to check while I was still thinking about it. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with that, but now I can at least fucking relax. Broken. That's honestly kind of where I'm at right now. But yeah, this doesn't make any fucking sense! Oh, there we go. BizHawk died. I think part of the reason that there's a UDP server in this is so that they can automatically restart BizHawk when it crashes. Which is a strong contender for the stupidest thing that I've ever heard in my entire goddamn life. Is there booze in the fridge? I think Daryl bought alcohol, but I don't think it's Angry Orchard, so I think I'm probably gonna dislike drinking it. Well, let no one say I'm not fucking dedicated here. But what the hell could be going on here? So I've got auto-selected memory domains and everything. I'm gonna fucking play some Manga Man. I like how it'll let you launch as many instances of the fucking plugins as you want, by the way. Did you turn on and off your computer? Yes! That was actually one of the things that I did like an hour in, just to fucking sanity check. I definitely did that. Uptime says 2.5 hours because I turned off my computer. It is actually about 3 hours 45 minutes now and going. I'm more shocked that you guys have been along for the ride. Like, Jesus. Like, I admire the commitment, but at the same time, you seriously don't have anything else to do? What is that? What is that fucking sound? Why does this fucking blog have autoplay? I had to take off my headphones to verify I wasn't going crazy. The things to do, like looking for a fucking command line client for Discord. How memed can you get? Alright, so you're using i3, desktop Linux, you're using Discord, which is a meme on its own, but then you're looking for a command line client for it, which is like +3 to meme. So, what now? Like, what's next? Gonna fucking buy a Pi Zero and use it to control your dragon dildo? Okay. So, here's where we're at. There are two problems, as far as I can work out, that are happening here. The first is that the external ROM plugins that I'm using are not writing the ROMs to a location where they can actually be seen by the RTC. The second is that even if I move for them, the RTC errors out when it's trying to generate a delta for these. And it's erroring out in the location that I can only assume involves file reading. So, permission problem? Something about the path being wrong? Is it like using fucking working directory system32 for this? And then things are busting when it's trying to use its separate drive? Like if I move this entire thing back to my C drive? before it's placed in documents for memes. I had to check, because I knew you could be right. Custom CSS does not require better Discord. I use it on a regular basis without. Learn to open Inspector. Alternatively, because I used this on my short-lived Manjaro install, find fucking beautiful Discord, which is just a stripped-down fucking CSS injector without any of the better Discord plugin shenanigans. It's got hot reload, too. It's pretty good, actually. I'll link this to you for you, because I'm making absolutely no fucking progress on the actual thing I'm trying to do here. Ding! Ding, 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 ding! Like, this has existed for a really long time, and it's still actively doing a thing.
This is the stupidest goddamn thing I've ever seen!
Alright, so with everything closed here, I think I'm gonna take the Vinesauce real-time corruptor folder. We'll move this whole thing. Why is there an FFmpeg exe in here? Fuck it, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know! This is on the root of my C drive now. Let's try this instead. I have to allow this as my firewall every fucking time. Wait. Okay, so it's still failing in the normal place. Generating a totally useless ROM with the wrong location, apparently. Good. Alright, and the same exception. So, location, at least as far as drive letter goes, that doesn't seem to matter. So we've worked out that much. That is helpful so far. We're slowly narrowing down things. Can I eat my problems? Can I get a fucking excuse from you guys to eat my problems? Just go get another fucking bagel. I feel like I've burnt the last one off just through pure stress. What driver your ROM's on? Currently I'm loading one from D. From my documents folder, which is pointed to D. And that's where I was also running the corruptor from. I moved it to C for just a second. You think I should move everything to C and work from there? Let me try that really quickly. Just to make sure. Just rule out everything. So I'll drop this ROM at the root of my C drive. You'll need to provide administrator permission to move to this folder. Maybe this isn't the greatest idea. Maybe I'll drop it into my games folder, which is... Oh, wait. No. Oh, wait. Why do I need administrator permission to move this anyway? Anyway, fuck it. Root of C drive it is. Fuck everyone. So now if I go here, start, it might be time for another bagel. Bagel. So I'll do the usual here. Same error, and same error. Okay. Alright, so we have so far accomplished not very much, other than pinning down to at least some degree of precision where the actual problems seem to be occurring. Wait. Wait. Okay, so permissions aren't fucked up on this ROM. I just had to check that. Permissions are normal on the ROM. I'm gonna get another bagel. Give me a second here. If anybody has any brilliant ideas, feel free to let me know. I got a banana instead. The bananas will go bad. The bagels will not. It's the Emacs of terminals. Or you could just configure Emacs to be your terminal. Definitely possible. Alright. I've acquired food. What the fuck is happening? What the actual shitting fuck is going on? This is now a web artisan stream. I just want to know what went wrong. I just don't understand what happened. Alright. I've moved this back to my downloads folder in some desperate hope that Superstition will save me in the end. I don't know if that's, At this point I'm kind of running in circles, but hopefully I'll at least acquire something useful out of the information. So I'll put Mega Man 2.NES back in my scraps folder. Yeah, no help there. I'm just so confused by where it's actually writing the ROM to. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't understand how this was intended to function. Time to attach API Inspector to the process and see the Win32 file write calls. I mean, at this point... seems like it might fucking be helpful. What is API Inspector? Let's learn a thing today. Well, first page of Google returned nothing. There we go. Kaze, what the actual shit? That looks like every other transparent terminal in the entire universe except with a bad color scheme. Also, install Orion, you fuckface! Watching Tyrone Sama stream, first you draw the void. I'm looking through the Vinesauce subreddit, on the off chance that anyone has tried the new corruptor other than me. Nope. Absolutely dead. Is this the new desktop thread? You can make literally every terminal look like that. I don't really understand how this is a hard concept. When you use Manjaro for 1 week, and are better at it than Kaze. Empower your people with the desktop threads they need. Learn more. Okay. So this whole external corrupt thing. Is this important? If I fucking look at the documentation for the null plugin, it certainly seems to think it's important. If you go to external ROM plugin, selected plugin null. You can chain the ROM corruptor to the glitch harvester by putting external corrupt.exe as the emulator in the ROM corruptor. Okay. So that has to do with glitch harvester stuff, which I wasn't using and don't care about. Okay, I'll fucking... God damn it, dude. You're gonna make me actually do this. Install Orion. Ricing resources. Yay! Is Blackbox for Windows still a thing? Like, is it updated at all anymore? He's been really busy all these months, folks. He's working on a major black box rehaul that will bring BB to the Windows 10 century. Posted 26 October 2016. It's been updated as late as July 2017. I use MPV, though. Orion uses MPV as a backend. This is what I told you approximately 3 hours ago, and you proceeded to ignore while memeing about terminals. Was I loud enough? I could have turned up the gain on the microphone as well, but I thought that would be loud enough. My guy, I use MPV as my daily driver. I know what it does. I am telling you that Orion is better for the fucking use case that you demonstrated to me yourself. I actually don't even want to talk to you anymore. Okay. So all Saltabot Kaze's terrible taste and inability to use a computer aside, I'm not really sure I can make any more progress with this. Like, I've been running around on circles for this, with this for upwards of 4 hours now, and I've come to 2 problems that I don't really know how to get around. Like, if you guys want to hit me with any suggestions, because I've been like, I know I need a fresh angle on this shit, but it's kind of driving me crazy at this point. I'm about to just, like, message the guy like, hey, so, I'm getting X error when I try to do Y. I'm willing to provide more information on reproduction, if you ask. Do you want to help me out? Rewrite it. Man, BizHawk itself is crazy enough, but this entire fucking layer put on top of it is just mind-blowing. Why not just use the corruptor you used before? I mean, again, this isn't really about that. Made fucker. Like, the old corruptor had me going through 30 seconds of menuing per reroll. The new stuff is instant. Obviously, if I absolutely, like, if this just didn't work flat ass, like, if I had tried it and it just didn't work, I wouldn't be fucking with it. But I know it does work, which is what's blowing my goddamn mind. It does work, and if I can get it working, it will save me these 4 hours and then some in, like, the first 2 streams. So, It's like, again, I had this working for like 2 or 3 days, and I wish I knew what had changed. Alright, I'm gonna do this from a clean install one more time. Just gonna extract the RTC folder right here, and do what I do. I'll unblock the zip first, even though this should not do anything. Start.bat. So start BizHawk. Open ROM. Megamain. External ROM plugin. Same goddamn errors. Does it work when I use another plugin, like if I use VineCorrupt or something? I don't even know how this is supposed to work, but... Alright, not only did it not work, but it also crashed the plugin, so that's fantastic. You restarted it earlier. Did you test to see if it would work before starting stream again, just out of curiosity? Yes, actually. Because I had the insane person thought in my head that went something like, huh, well, this is impossible, but what if it's interacting with OBS in a way that's not polite? Even though I recorded a session with it earlier in OBS with no problems. I'm gonna get this working, but I don't know if it's gonna be right now. What was the game you tested it with? I have tested it with Mega Man 2, Kirby's Adventure, Castlevania, fucking Kirby's Dream Course, because I had it on hand from the last video games. What the fuck else? I tried a couple of Sonic games, and everything worked fine. Nothing really fought me. Which is why it's, like, expanding my brain right now. So, I'll tell you guys what. I'm going to log off and put up the movie night submission form for Wales, so they can get started on that, and I can put up the poll starting on Thursday. If I can get this working, then I will stream it the moment I have it working. And I'm going to be working on it for basically, like, I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then work on it. Assuming that no breakthroughs happen. I'll be working on it until bed tonight and then first thing in the morning tomorrow. But I need to take a break from this and hit it with some fresh eyes. And I'm also too pissed off at computers to continue a stream. So, I apologize for the complete non-stream today. I get the feeling that everyone who was everybody who stuck around this far was probably pretty comfortable with the idea of a non-stream, but I apologize anyway. And at the first opportunity I get this working, we'll do things properly. So I'll catch you guys later. Adios.
Go, 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 go. Go,